Sans could use that content
though. Hey everybody, welcome back to Cali Brick Clique. We are here with the usual suspects of Shy with SHYtimeisMytime.
Yo.
Ninja from Brikx Ninja or Ninja with the Bricks.
Whichever one. Either way works.
Either way. And our special guest, Emily or Emma from Emmasaurus.
Yep, either works.
Either works again. Yeah, exactly.
I'm used to it.
That's like, I'm not gonna dox myself, but my last name is like that. You can say it like a couple different ways. And I remember in school, someone was like, "How do you say it?" And I was like, "Either one works." And technically, both are wrong. It's like something different, but everyone always, yeah.
That's like my last name. Everyone says it wrong. Yeah,
everyone always assumes I'm Emma, which is like, it makes sense. But like people have asked, like, why didn't you, go with Emily something? And it's like, Emmasaurus sounds bad. So like we weren't going to go with that,
No, this is good. It works. And, as long as it's your identity tied to your name, it's a different existential crisis that we can talk about another day. But speaking of existential crises, though, I these coins, guys. Where are we at? How are we feeling?
Sleep.
I'm pissed. I want my damn coin.
I feel like it's just gonna drop randomly.
Like on a 4 p.m. on a Saturday or something like that.
Like 4 a.m.
Dude, I've been checking every hour.
At what? No, you haven't. That's extreme. You're just saying.
I literally, aside from when I'm sleeping for the 4 hours I'm asleep, I literally check every hour.
This is the last one. You can't miss this one.
Yeah, I'm be really pissed. I have 4 coins and I don't get the last one.
Do all three of you have all of them so far?
I do,
yeah.
I don't. I skipped on the first 2. I skipped out.
It's kind of a weird thing. It's like once you start, you like want to get them all, and then you realize how much money you spent that you could have like saved on like actual dollars off, and you get upset with yourself, and then it's like this vicious cycle of hatred on this acrylic thing or this plastic thing, but they look cool together, and I think some people are going to sell them as like a whole package, and they'll probably do really, really well. I hope so. I mean, they're going for a lot. It seems like it on eBay. But I don't know if anyone's buying it. At least it's getting posted for like, over $100 a pop or something like that. So I don't know.
Especially if you got like the five coin display case, because I know those sold out pretty quick too.
Yeah, they sold out pretty quick. So I don't know what maniac is going to want them. But I get where they're coming from.
There's probably a lot of maniacs that are going to want to get them.
Yeah,
exactly.
The late comers,
maniacs.
The new AFOLs.
We're part of those maniacs.
Exactly.
We are. Yeah,
we're in that group.
We feel you.
We are.
But either way, I'm kind of annoyed that we won't know when it's going to happen because it's been a pattern of coming out at the first of the month. I totally understand why they didn't do it this time because the whole May the 4th thing and overloading the website was already bad enough with that just in its own. But it's over. So are they gonna wait till next month to do it, or
June? What's coming out June 1st? What's that? Is that Harry Potter stuff?
Yeah, Harry Potter stuff. Creator 3-in-1 stuff.
Can't keep pushing it out. They're gonna have to release it this week.
I wonder if like the traffic on the website is it. I would imagine it's more intense for May the 4th than it is for Harry Potter, especially because this isn't like a big. I don't know. It's not like a Diagon Alley. It's not like a big set. There's some cool stuff, but still.
Yeah, but still though, it's a June release, and usually the June releases are pretty big. Yeah. Like there's pretty much every theme is getting a release. So although not like May the 4th, it is a big deal, Lego concern-wise, because they have to flip a lot of things. They got to market a lot of things.
Yeah.
So in the retail space, it's huge. So they're going to try to push as much product out so that way they get new product in.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't get the new coin until December 1st.
Oh my God, I'm just
wow.
I was just thinking worst case scenario to prepare Shy's, emotional health.
This is my drug, guys. Like I'm like this right now. Like I can't get the coin. Come on, where's the coin? Hey, Jabbo can attest. He understands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fair. But I love his rant videos because they're not really rant videos, but I love them. But hold on, we briefly touched on it, all the new sets that are coming out in June. What are we gonna buy? What do we plan on getting? And then we also touched on May the 4th. What did we buy? How excited were we? I was pumped. It was my first May the 4th. It was my best May the 4th, all in one.
You actually went in store too, right?
Went in store. That was my first like release day thing. It was great. It was super exciting. The hype is contagious.
It's very real. Yes.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, like I love watching your vlogs, and you guys go all the time and stuff, and I'm like, no way is it that fun every time. Like, obviously the Lego store is great every single time. Like, how is it any better? But it got better. It was great.
I think it's also fun because you're with someone you
excited.
care about too, though. Like you're with a friend, significant other, or it's a lot better when you go there with somebody. Because I used to go by myself a lot because nobody cared with me, so like it wasn't as great.
Yeah, no, it was really fun when we all went together. That was really fun too. Yeah,
it's always fun to go to Lego. You appreciate it more because like you can actually talk to somebody aside from the Lego store employee about what you guys are all about the hobby. So
I don't even talk to the employees.
Yeah,
I like back.
I know more about it than the employees do.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah,
I guarantee it.
Sometimes there's like the really gung ho employee that is amazing and it's great. And then
you have in the store you have the employee that does not care about the hobby, does not buy any Lego. The only Lego they have is the Lego that they get for free, like the promos and stuff. And then you have the Lego fan that became a fan after they started working there, and then you have the closet fan who's afraid to say anything because they're gonna get fired.
Oh my god.
Hot take.
Those are the three.
But then there's also, I don't know though, there's like a lot of employees like in the stores that I go to that are like very out of the proverbial fan closet with their fandom and their excitement for the hobby. Like it's very clear that they like love it. But I'm not gonna lie, the one that really doesn't care, they are the ones that are like, yeah, 3 CMFs per person, whatever, buy as many as you want the box. You want the whole, you take 2 boxes. That person.
You like that person. That's your person.
We like that person because
they're gonna get the box.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That person is clutch. It's clutch for the AFOL. I don't know, Emily, what are you guys excited about for June 1st?
There's some Harry Potter sets that we're actually really pumped for. Interesting. I really like those buildable minifigures. I think that's just like a new kind of like hot take on buildable anything from Lego. Like that's just gonna be really cool.
They look
so much potential.
Yeah, like that.
I already pre-ordered mine.
Oh really? Oh nice.
It was double VIP at the time they released, so I was like, I might as well buy them now. They're double VIP, and I'll just wait till they come out.
That's smart.
You do get the double VIP, even though it's like.
It wasn't. No. This is the other one before Star Wars. It was during double VIP the previous month.
But when you pre-order during double VIP,
it applies.
Oh, okay.
I feel like a lot of people have done really cool mocks of similar things like that, but now we're getting like Lego's version, like the Lego if I, you know what I mean? So it'll be like stronger and it'll be interesting to see like the building techniques. It's almost like brick heads at the next level. Yeah. And I don't know. I could see, are you guys gonna like do like a mock of you and Ross or something like, as Hogwarts like students or something like that? That could be kind of cute.
Yeah, no, that would be super cute. Like we've kind of talked about that, but the issue with like it being Harry and Hermione, Harry has glasses. And so at least with Hermione, like you could kind of like make that into, most women. Or at least like she looks more like me than Harry looks like Ross.
See, I think this is potential for a lot of the custom sticker or printed companies who see this that can fill that void of creating decals or stickers for these buildable minifigures for people, because you already know Lego's not going to do it. But if they continue making these figures to be able to provide you skin tone colors,
I was going to say,
how can companies out there that are going to give you a multiple choices of faces?
Yeah, like you could get a little pack of bricks of like different like shades, of like beige, brown, pink, or whatever. That would be really cool.
That's what we got for our wedding, actually. Like we had those like man and wife brick heads, and so we got to build our own brick heads from that, and it gives you all these different skin colors, different hair colors, and like if they did something similar like that for those buildable minifigures, I think that would just sell so well. Like that'd be so cool. Like build yourself as a minifigure, like a buildable minifigure. That'd be awesome.
Did they have flesh tone bricks in that the bride and groom brick heads?
Yeah. Mine are flesh tones. I'm brown. My wife's white.
Okay. I didn't know that. All right, I gotta go.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the bricks kind of go to waste. You have to part them out to your pieces, but
that's cool.
Piece them out to your parts.
Brickheads have some, good parts, useful stuff in there.
It's cool making it look like you. Like having it be like your skin tone, your hair, and all that stuff is pretty cool.
That's
I'm kind of over the yellow.
You're over the yellow?
Yeah, I'm over it.
What?
As you talk to a yellow minifigure right here.
I'm yellow.
Yeah, I'm
as
over the
hell.
yellow. The hot take here: yellow is. I mean, I know this is kind of controversial, but everyone
So
Lego
90s.
promotes yellow as a universal color for everybody. But when Star Wars came out, why was Lando black, and everybody else was yellow?
Oh man.
That's a
Just
Tell
saying.
Me Why video right there.
Now I
That-
need a
it is
new
actually.
big.
Okay, you already did it. Done. Done. Dusted.
It's. I don't know when to. I don't know if I'm gonna release that. That's a very controversial subject that I don't want to touch.
Fair.
So what about
but
that?
Yet.
It's important.
Um,
I'm excited for that chess set.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that looks really cool.
I really want that too. There's a lot of I don't know. I don't know. Am I gonna go to the am I gonna go are you gonna go to the store on June 1st?
Nope.
I definitely am. Oh yeah.
I might.
Okay.
No champions, baby. Woo.
Yep. Speed Champions. I'm with for Target for that.
Oh,
Our Target and Walmart just like don't have anything recently, and it's such a bummer. Like,
Mine
because you know
never has.
we'd much rather go there than make the hike down to the Lego store. I mean, it makes for a cooler vlog. Like, it's a lot more fun. It's like more hype. You know, you don't just like go to the store and grab it and leave.
Mhm.
But yeah, they just don't stock the shelves on day one. Like, they don't understand that there's like crazy Lego fans that live nearby.
They also don't care.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
part of
like someone who's
Which is also a
getting
good
paid
thing
minimum wage.
sometimes because they'll bring it out for you.
That's true.
yeah.
Our
Yeah.
the epic employee that does not care.
Yeah,
That's
see,
what we want.
you need to make one of those friends again out of
Yeah,
Target,
useful.
you know. But this wave in June, like, there's literally something cool in every theme, and I don't think that's happened for a very long time.
City is cool. Creative
Yeah,
3-1 is really cool. The Speed Champions, I know like a few people that are like, I want to buy all of them.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm not one of those people, but they look really cool. What else?
It's not
It's
for
obviously
everybody.
Harry
It's cool.
Potter stuff. Like I wish they were having like double VIP for Harry Potter.
No, they won't.
I bet they.
The Star Wars stuff. Sorry, can't get into that. But
Is there Star Wars stuff that's going to be released on June 1st as well?
nah, we can't speculate on that.
Okay. Fair. So, what did we get for May the 4th?
R2D2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is he displayed?
Oh, he's behind me. Oh, you
Oh, I
can see
see
him.
him.
Oh,
There he
yeah.
is.
I see him.
Yeah,
Look
there
at
he is.
Next to BB-8. Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Very
maybe.
cute.
And then on the other side, we have our. Oh God, poor.
Oh my
yes.
god.
There they are.
Very cute. That's awesome. What other buildable what other buildable guys do you wish Star Wars would do?
I mean, like Luke and Darth Vader are the obvious ones. I think
Mhm.
Leia would be cool, or like a Luke and Leia.
We
Do you
need
have
to see
Dio?
3PO.
Oh, we
You
don't.
have Dio, huh? You
We
need
don't
to get
have
him. At this point, you have 3 of those plus Grogu.
Yeah. I don't know. Dio, like, we just don't care that much. Like, we would have bought him by now if we really wanted him, but we're
That's
just kind of
true.
like,
He's still on shelf, isn't he?
You don't want to be a completionist.
not with
I'm
that.
bad. I'm sorry. Don't listen to me. Don't
There's
listen.
nothing wrong with that. There's
Surprisingly,
nothing
yeah,
wrong
look
with
at Shy trying to like get us to spend more money. Yeah, not with Dio.
Very good at
We
that.
Don't listen to me. I'm a bad person to talk to about whether you should or should not buy anything.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
There you go.
That's
there
true.
you go.
Yeah, I mean, there's mostly like a bunch of retired stuff that we're just really hyped for. Like, hyped meaning like whenever we feel like dropping $200 or $300 on some like $30 set that retired 10 years ago, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, if you're willing to buy it while knowing that it's gonna get quadruple the value, just buy it now. What's the point of waiting?
Exactly.
That's
yeah. If you have that money, do it.
Yeah. That's bad. That's a bad
It's hard. It's hard to do that because it's like
But you get it.
Yeah.
It's balance. There's a
We
balance.
did that with the Creator Expert Carousel, actually. Like, we bought that like a year and a half ago, and we only built it 2 months ago, something like that. Like, it was definitely 2021. We just didn't have space for it. We didn't have a city, and we were like, this is definitely going to go up in value. Like, we need to buy it now. Like, we definitely want it for our city in the future. So that actually worked out really well.
that was really
Like,
smart.
We were always going to build it, but we didn't have space before.
Yeah, that's why I got a Hogwarts Castle. I don't have anywhere to put it right now, and I just needed to have it. Like couldn't let it go away. But I don't know. Anyway, let's I'm gonna try to do a smooth transition into our.
Wait, what did you get?
What did I get? Oh yeah. Speaking of large sets that I'm probably not gonna build right away, I got the big frisbee.
Wow.
Big frisbee.
Called it the frisbee.
The
What does
frisbee.
that mean?
It's a frisbee. I got a
Oh,
Does that
I
mean you're
got you.
gonna like throw it and test and see if it actually is
yeah.
a frisbee?
Drop test.
Drop
Drop
test?
test. Yeah, or shot put test. Can you imagine?
Shot
Like
put there. Yeah.
It's like one of the scariest sets to ever move around.
it looks like it. Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
look at
it.
It's not like, although it's really beautiful, I wouldn't
You
call it
should
the
see-
standard with Lego playable, like just being sturdy.
Oh, it's like
I would
very,
expect
very
more
shaky.
from Lego. Yeah.
Interesting. Thanks for telling me now. However, I don't think it would have changed my decision. No, I'm really
It wouldn't
excited about it. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It's fresh.
I need to figure out exactly where it's going before building it, and then either get
No,
the
you don't.
stand
It's
or.
gonna live on your dining room table.
No, I already have.
For a
I have like
long
a big
time.
mirrored tray there. That's really cool. And I was thinking about like, what would it be like if it like sat on top of the mirrored tray, so you could see the bottom. Is the bottom cool?
Ooh, that's kind of freaky.
I don't think. I think it's just
It's
normal.
decent. It's nothing to wow about.
Hmm.
Did they add detail on the bottom? It's not just
I don't
plates.
remember.
Let me look.
You could always just like tilt it up like I have.
Yeah,
Looks
no,
pretty
I don't
cool.
know.
And you
I
save so
like
much
how you
space
have
too.
it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is like tilting it up or doing some
It
kind of
says
like.
the most spacious conservative place to put it is on its side like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Not to put it in the coffee table like everybody else does.
I do have acrylic coffee tables, but they're not. It would have to. No, it wouldn't work the way that it is. But yeah, no, it's beautiful. It's very cool. I'm really excited about that one. And then obviously I got the X-wing, which I built today on a live stream. I'm
Your
almost done with
first X-wing. Look at that.
my first X-wing. It's very cool. I really like it.
Drop test?
Oh my
No,
God.
get out. No drop test here.
Percent drop test.
Watching Bad Batch. But yeah, no, I'm really impressed with it. It was fun to do the Technic part on stream. That was exciting. I probably wouldn't have had any issues with it if I like did it, normally, but I had to do it a couple times. That's okay. It's fine.
No shame. No shame.
You fell into a hole that you'll never get out of now.
With Star Wars, you mean?
hmm
I don't think she's fully invested. She got what she wanted.
I mean,
It
I
doesn't
don't
seem
know.
like she's not as excited as like a friend set that she just
yeah, but
got.
better half is an influence. So I'm just saying.
Oh,
Yeah.
backing away from that one.
I remember
I'm
Technic on
looking
that being
for that.
really hard. Like that was definitely a struggle.
You built this one, right?
So yeah, I actually have a story about that. So I actually built that on Holly's stream, Potty Minifig Pals, and
right.
so that was like my first stream with her, and like I was still like super small channel. We had like maybe 3,000 max subscribers, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like there's 200 people watching. What? That's crazy. Why are there so many people here? And I just like built it completely wrong, and like it wasn't working, and I couldn't get the pins out because like my fingers couldn't do it, and like I just couldn't figure it out. So I was just like pretending like I finished it. And I was like, it's done. And it like did not work. And Ross came in afterwards and like actually fixed it. But it was just like,
The pressure was
I
on.
was just like freaking out. It's like, oh God, I can't do this. Like, this is hard. So yeah, that's why I like building the Technic stuff with Ross when we're on streams together. Cause I just get nervous. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just like building, having a good time. And then it's just like, everything's in the wrong, pin and all that stuff. So
No, it's
yeah.
true. With Technic, you gotta be.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't mess around. I don't know how Jane does that. I don't know how he builds on stream with Technic.
yeah.
He does like actual Technic sets.
Yeah, he builds Technic sets like on stream. I don't know how he does that.
Well, it's hard. It's like what I've found is like you have to have some quiet. And if you don't want there to be any quiet in the stream, then it's really hard. Do you know what I mean? It's okay to have some quiet moments, obviously, with a stream, but they get kind of long.
Yeah,
Like, how
that's
did
fair.
I miss this?
Yeah.
What? No.
Anyway, so yeah, I was trying to avoid you. You love to highlight my shopping addiction, Shy. I think
I didn't say a thing.
So
I'm
I feel
just
like a
saying,
bad-
I'm the one with the problem right now.
I feel like a bad Star Wars fan because I didn't buy any Star Wars for May the 4th. But I got the Venom and the Batman, so
Yeah, you did.
You did.
You already
Yeah,
built
you're
one,
getting Star
right?
Wars though, because that doesn't count.
it doesn't count.
Because
Oops.
I don't know where I'm putting mine. There's nowhere to put mine.
Yeah, Ross actually built more shelving today in his like Lego room, whatever you want to call it. It's like a corner. He built an extra like floating shelf for himself, so
Nice.
he's happy.
You don't get.
Is he
rid of
gonna
it.
put like more of his like old sets or like new stuff?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess that's up to him.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into the meat. So, Emily, you mentioned you used to be a smaller channel, and now you're moving up, and the channel is changing, and for the better. Do you want to maybe like tell us a little bit how that is, and how that's been like a little bit, and the pressures of performing, and the pressures of appeasing to the fans, and making content that everyone wants to see. And I'll just start off by saying I really like the direction it's going, and your latest video I thought had really high production value was the interview at Brikx and Minifigs. That was unexpected almost. It was like I was watching and I was like, wait a second, like it was different. It was like a jump in a really cool direction, and that was awesome for sure.
Thanks so much. Yeah, that was actually really fun to do. But yeah, like it's kind of weird because both me and Ross, like we don't have this like artistic background or anything like that. Like some people in the Lego YouTube community have like marketing skills or design or art or like digital something. And we're just like programmers, like we just like Lego. And so, when we started up, like it was back in really like August, and we had just gotten married. That's why we went with the name like AFOL Wife, which is just like a whole other, it feels like a different channel at this point. Like that was not the Emmasaurus channel. We were still just like figuring out everything. But it was really just for fun, I didn't have a job at that point. Like I was laid off due to like the pandemic, and I was just home all day. And so like Lego really did help us a lot, just like get through everything. But also it was just fun to do, and kind of, we weren't really talking with people. Like we didn't really have in-person friends anymore because, we were just like home isolating all the time.
Yeah.
And then like, Ross mentioned like, oh, I have this old channel. And I know he did mention this on your podcast before. But yeah, like he had this old channel. He's like, do you want to do this? I was like, I don't know. But, eventually we were like, you know what, sure, let's give it a try, whatever. And it's just been really fun. It's just like my favorite part about like anything, about making videos, all of it, when we first started out, was just like getting comments. Because I remember like the first comment I got, and like it was on one of the first videos, and someone commented like first, and I was like, oh my gosh, wow, we're like so cool now. Like it's always like the big channels that get like first, and we had like 4 views. But I was like, wow, cool.
Was it BFAB?
Freaking first.
Almost, yeah. I think it was around that point. Yeah, I found it pretty early on.
Was that the BFAB plug?
Yeah.
Yep, that was a BFAB plug.
Got it.
I did it myself this time instead of
you did. I didn't say anything this time.
But yeah, and then like, as time went on, like we were still putting out content, and we were learning. Like I think I filmed on my phone initially, and so it was all just for fun. Like, like anyone, when you start like uploading on YouTube, you're like, wow, maybe I'm gonna go viral. Like that'd be cool. It's always like maybe like what if, like that'd be crazy. But you don't like expect it. Like I mean, maybe like a lot of people do expect it. Like they upload a video and then they're like, why aren't I viral yet? But that's like not the reality. And so, it was obviously just for fun, because it's like, what else am I going to do? It's just a way to spend my time and do something kind of fun, learn new skills, learn to edit. And then, like the channel started to grow a bit, and that was just really cool. Like, actually, initially it was like shrinking, because like we started with around like 2,300 subscribers when we started back up. And that's just like whatever Ross had from his old videos. And all of his subscribers at that point were very, first of all, his last video was like 8 to 10 years ago, something like that.
Wow.
So anyone that was subscribed to the channel was there for like Lego Star Wars stop motion from 2013. Like they weren't here for like some girl on the internet talking about Lego. Like that's not why they subscribed.
Total brand change.
Yeah, it was like completely different. Like it was still Lego, so we were like, let's go with it. But yeah, that was pretty crazy. So a lot of people did leave initially, so that was kind of like, oops. Like you would upload a video and it's just like bam, like -20. But I mean, like obviously it did grow through time, and it was still really fun. Like we were growing, but it would just like shrink and then kind of grow as like new people found us. And then like it kind of switched around Christmas, and we were starting to grow a little bit more, and that was cool. Like we were almost at our first 1,000 subscribers since we rebooted the channel, and that was, I think we hit our first 1,000 around Christmas, so that had been 4 months or something like that. So that was really exciting. Like that was like a fun goal for us. Like by the end of the year, like let's try to hit 1,000. And it did kind of shift, like not too much, but like by that point we were only at around like 3,000 subscribers. Like you know, I know that's still like a ton of people, but it's, you know, you're still so small, like in the world of YouTube, like you're tiny little channel. And then like January 1st, we just got really lucky with the modular set, like the police modular came out and most of the world was still shut down. So we were really fortunate that we were able to even get that set on day one. But yeah, like we vlogged that day and went out and just did our typical videos, you know, like reviewed this modular set, did a vlog on release day stuff. And yeah, that like boosted our channel. Like we doubled in size in those 2 days. And so that was just really lucky, honestly. Like that was just good timing where stores were open here, whereas they weren't open in other places. And we also got monetized like 3 days later. So, you know, that was just like a big milestone. It was like basically January 1st.
That's awesome.
And so, yeah, that just felt really cool. It's like, wow, like we're making money. Like that's crazy. And it's, I mean, you make basically nothing on YouTube. Like per view, it's like not even a penny. Like you're making basically nothing, but it does add up through time. And so that's been really cool. Like, you know, it's nice because we're still Lego fans. Like we would be buying these sets anyways, but it's nice kind of recouping some of that cost. And of course, as we grow more and more, like we are able to, you know, spend more on Lego or like buy these older sets that we really want or like boost up our equipment or like our cameras or stuff like that.
Yeah, just start making the content.
It starts getting more. It exponentially helps itself.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're spending more, but you're also growing more, and so it's kind of like a business decision at that point. And like it's kind of switched from becoming like a for fun kind of thing. And I mean, it's still obviously fun. Like I don't spend hours and hours editing videos because it's like because I hate it. Like that doesn't make any sense. Like I still really love it, but it's just kind of thinking about it differently. It's like, you know, I at this point, like we just hit 10,000, which is really cool. Like
congrats, by the way.
Thanks. Yeah, it's awesome. It's so weird because this whole time, like we did start around 2,000 subscribers, and like it's weird seeing 4 digits for the longest time, and now there's 5, and you're like, wow, like I've moved up in the world. Like, what's that like? Yeah, I guess it's just like it's switched from being like a really personal, like just like for fun, like oh we're just hanging out talking about Lego to like more of a business type thing.
So yeah, how do you like respond? Like do you said at the beginning, or like the comments were like the most important at the beginning or the most impactful, and I totally agree. I feel the same way. But like now, do they have more impact now? Like do you listen to them in like a way that you maybe didn't before? Like do they actually drive your decisions a bit more?
I definitely think so. Like the comments, whenever I do upload and it's like, you know, whenever the video is released, I'll start looking through the comments and, you know, obviously there's like the people at the beginning that are just like, hi. And it's like 5 seconds in, it's like, okay, cool. Like they're excited for the video. That's neat.
Right.
And then like, you know, sometimes I will get like maybe negative comments, and it's not even that negative. It'll just say something like, oh, you talk too fast. And
like constructive criticism, I guess you could say.
Yeah. And it's really easy at first to think like, oh no, like they didn't like it, but you know, when you do see it enough, it does actually help you. Like the bad comments, even if it's not like the kindest way to say it, they're still trying to help you, I guess.
Right. It's still via like text. It's like, you know, sometimes that human side of it, like, you know, is lost, but like the, you know, the criticism is still constructive, I guess. Right. You know what I mean? Like you can,
you could tell when a comment is snarky. You can tell when a comment is
you can usually tell, but sometimes it's hard. And I think a lot of people, like if they're watching on their cell phone and they're like in the between meetings or like walking somewhere, they'll just like kind of leave a quick like 3-word comment and stuff like that, and that's still great too, you know, whatever it is. And like obviously and what's interesting is that the bigger your channel grows, obviously the more comments you're going to get, and then the more negative comments you're going to get, the more positive comments you're going to get. And like, how do you find yourself, you know, figuring out how to like not let it affect you personally, or are you are you struggling with that at this point, or is that maybe something that happens like when you're at a bigger size? Like what, you know, I think it's kind of a personal decision. I think people can be affected at it at any size, but for you, what has it been like?
Yeah, no, I think it's actually been really nice, and it's kind of nice having like a duo as a team. Like I do like 99% of it. You know, my husband will come in for like video ideas, or he'll look at like the thumbnail at the end and say like, I don't like it. And I'm like, well, what would you change? And he's like, I don't know. And that's it. Like that's kind of his input.
Oh man.
So he's very helpful.
Yeah.
He'll tell me when he doesn't like it, and I'm like, okay, cool.
But how?
But yeah, it's like, okay, figure it out. Cool. But I mean, really, the comments, like, there's really not that much negative, thankfully. Like, and I was really worried about that, especially, you know, like being a girl in the community, being different. Like, I didn't really know what to expect going into this, but it's been very, very positive. Like, the people who comment, and I do recognize people, and I've started to get to know them almost. Like, I'll see them in the comments, I'll see them in chat. Like, I start to really get to know them more, and like they'll leave messages, and you know, learning more about them helps me connect with them too. Like, that makes it more worth it to me.
Yeah, agreed.
Instead of just seeing a name, like, I don't know, just pop up in chat. Hey, how's it going? What's your favorite set or whatever? It's like, I really do appreciate them being there, but it's easier and it makes it a lot more fun when I actually know who's on the other side of that. You know, like, you that's made it a lot more worth it.
I agree.
And the comments are just really fun. Like,
it also, like, it takes a little bit longer when it's like not somebody who like produces content, but more of like a, you know, a commenter. It like kind of takes a little bit longer to get to know them a little bit, but it definitely happens. You know what I mean? There's definitely some connection of sorts that's made. You know what I mean? And like, and knowing that like you're creating content for your audience is probably, I don't know, like a motivator for sure as well. I think I'm thinking back now, is Emily our first LAN member? I guess that's on this on our podcast. That's kind of exciting. Look at us.
Aw, yay.
Yay. I think what are we at, episode 19? Is that where we're at right now?
Yeah. Oh, don't forget, guys, you could find us on
I messed it up. I was always that.
She broke the streak.
Damn. I know. I broke it. I started it and then I broke it, but
randomly halfway through.
Right.
Randomly halfway through, you can find all our podcasts on all platforms that you can hear your podcast. And next week it will be on Shy's channel. Anyway, thank you, Emily, for that short intermission that we had to do there. But you know what, Shy, you threw me now. I didn't even know where I was going with this. But I was going to ask, like, you know, now that you're in LAN, it's like you get kind of that, it's almost like the emotional pat on the back from Lego being like, yeah, you're doing, keep going, you know, you're doing good. And like, you know, we're going to support you, and like, however they choose to do that. How has your audience like reacted to you getting into LAN? Like, was that was like well received? And like, did that change, you know, how did that change like the direction of your channel, I guess? Like, how are you, you know, making decisions based on the future of that,
especially coming into it at a very controversial time?
Yeah, definitely. Like, yeah, as most of the people probably listening know, there's been a lot of drama with LAN recently. And you know, we weren't sure when we would find out, but we knew that there was drama happening and we would find out kind of soon. And then we got our email and we were like thrilled, but it was kind of like a bittersweet thing, because it's like, oh my God, we got in. Like, that's crazy. Like, this is what we've been working for. Like, this is so exciting. Like, what could this mean for our channel? Like, what could this mean for our viewers? Like, all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like, but a lot of people are mad at LAN right now. Like,
they're leaving. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And so it was kind of weird, because like, I was trying to film the announcement video for it because I was really excited, but at the same time I was like, I'm afraid of how people will react to it. And thankfully there was like no issues. Like,
yeah, I think you did really well.
It was a non-issue. Like, everyone was very happy. They were very supportive. Like, even on the LAN, like, they do an announcement thing on the forums, and everyone was like, congrats, like, you're here. So it was really cool. Yeah, there was really no drama, and so I was
That's awesome.
happy about that.
It's kind of nice though that, like, you know, that, you know, being part of like the Lego YouTube community and stuff, you can still be, you know, kind of make your own content, have your own, you know, following of sorts or whatever, you know what I mean? Have your own, you know, loyal fans
Community.
and stuff. Yeah, and community and neighborhood, whatever it is that you want to call it, you know what I mean? And that it's independent of like, you know, other experience. Like, you know, there's so many different channels and there's so many different kind of, I don't want to say silos, but there's so many different ways of going about this. You know, it seems kind of, and this is kind of what I wanted to get into next. It seems like it's such a small niche space in the YouTube world, right? It's like, there's only a handful of really, really large, explosive Lego YouTubers. Like, you can literally count them on one, maybe two hands. If you start getting into kind of the more like the GBC content, or the people doing like more, you know, there's like, or more like super custom cities and stuff like that. You know, there's like some really big channels with that, but you know, it's sometimes it feels like there's a ceiling that you can only get to, right? Like, especially with YouTube, right? You can only get to such subscriber counts or whatever. And like, do you think that you'll do anything outside of Lego? Do you think you would, like, what are your kind of like long-term goals for the channel? And what do you think is even like possible? Because this is something I think about all the time because, you know, I love, obviously, you know, all of us here make content and we all enjoy it and we all have our different reasons for doing it and our different goals for what we're getting at. And those goals may change as time goes on, right? But anyway, yeah, what are you guys thinking kind of like in the future and what that means?
Yeah, we definitely talked about it. And I mean, of course, like day to day, like there's always fluctuations, and even month to month. Like January was an awesome month for us. Like we had a short that just like took off, and that was really cool. But yeah, and then February was kind of a dive, and so it's really hard planning out because, you know, at our current trajectory, like back August to December, we were gonna hit 5K by like July. Like we would still be at like probably 4,500 right now, and so things always change, and so it's really hard to like predict how you're gonna grow, and so actually like setting goals like subscriber wise is like almost impossible. But like we definitely have talked about, you know, how small is the YouTube space, right? Because there's only so many people at any given time. Obviously people come, people go. And so I don't know what that like cap would be on that. And of course, as you go through time, like if you just did this for the next like 30 years, you know, there'd be more people joining YouTube through that time. And so it's like, you know, the more content you put out there, the more people you're going to reach. Like as long as you keep making videos, you're going to reach more people. But I don't know. It's one of those places where you don't grow as fast as you would in like perhaps gaming or like some other niche like that. And so that's, I don't know. It's something to think about, really. Like, and me and Ross have definitely talked about it. It doesn't stop us from doing Lego or like keeping making content because
that's good.
Like we're really invested in this. Like we do like
what's kind of cool though is that whenever you decide to make a change, and if you do, you'll have the experience to be able to do it right when you decide to change. So if you were to create a channel 10 years from now, you'll have all the knowledge and know-how and how to manipulate the algorithm to your favor, as opposed to starting
theoretically, but it could change at that point there too. It's hard. It's really hard. But the thing I think what's crazy about YouTube is like, especially like if you've gone through like the traditional education system that we have in the US, and like, you know, if you jump through the hoops that you're supposed to go through to kind of like have a job, and like, you know, like you were saying, you're like, I went to grad school, I did this, and like so that I could have my dream job. And then, you know, if it didn't get poo-pooed all over by COVID, you know, you'd still be doing that right now. You probably wouldn't be here. But that stuff is like, you can kind of control that. Do you know what I mean? And like, if you have privilege and you can go to school and you can do the things that you want to do, the statistics of like, you know, getting a good job are really in your favor, while YouTube is this like totally different landscape to maneuver that you have almost no control over. And I think people try to make assumptions about the algorithm, or they try to make assumptions about what people want to see and stuff like that, but it's impossible. It's fundamentally impossible to control that, right? I think the only thing you can do is respond to the comments that you're getting, you know what I mean? Is like be reactionary and then change with it. You know, it's like you have to grow with the demand at the time. And
yeah, look at Jang. He created a new channel because he's not seeing any more success in his current one.
Yeah, I mean, you have to like morph. I think someone said that like PewDiePie or whatever, you know, it's like if you look back at a lot of the like really big YouTubers when he first started, like they're not on the scene anymore. He's like one of the few. The reason I think he's so successful is like, you know, his kind of like chameleon effect. Obviously, I'm not comparing us to PewDiePie for goodness sake, but like, you know, it's kind of fascinating. It's like, how does one find success on like a non-traditional platform and stuff? But yeah, I don't know. I think about that a lot. What?
We're always struggling with the algorithm. It's like it's so weird because it's like this mysterious thing, and like of course we're programmers, and so we really want to know like there's an algorithm that literally has to do with our business, our brand now. We would love to see inside it, and like it just it totally bothers Ross way more than me. I'm like, oh well, it's proprietary, and so but he's just like, I would love to see inside that algorithm. Like what are the little tweaks here and there? Like how can we use it to our advantage? And I don't think there's an answer. Like really it's just make content people enjoy. Like it was really weird. I saw a YouTube video because I was looking it up, like, it was back, I don't know, November or something. And I'm just like, how do we make videos where, we get views? Like, how do we grow?
Yeah.
And we saw this one video and it was just like, if you're not getting views, it's because you suck. Like, do better. And I'm just like, wow, I never thought of it that way. Okay. So it's like, okay, we'll just
make good content.
Like, we'll just step it up. Like, learn better editing or whatever. And obviously that doesn't always work, but like, it kind of helped, like a little reality check. It's like, look, YouTube doesn't hate you. You need to make videos people really want to watch, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think you also need to understand your space, because I think the algorithm is just different for everybody, because there's different spaces in YouTube. Like some people don't come on here to watch like long form content. Some just come in here for some like music or just to watch trailers to new videos or stuff, or like new movies and stuff like that. So
I think the majority of people are that. I think there's like this massive kind of like population. I know most of the people in my life, that's what they use YouTube for, is music and trailers. And that's like about it. And maybe some like old videos that they remember in college, like, the N64 kid that's opening his present and screaming, like that's it.
Yeah,
but
like viral stuff,
exactly, like really intense viral stuff, and that's about it. And then, at least for me, like YouTube was always like a space that for my like unique hobbies. Like for a while, it was like when I loved cosmetics, like I was in that space. Whenever I want to teach myself how to do something, like whether it's like software or like installing something in my house, it's YouTube immediately. Like I don't know if it's like that for you guys as well.
I actually wasn't really into YouTube until we started.
Oh, interesting.
So, like, because Ross was always into it. He would like watch a lot of Ryan's videos, Ash's videos, like Just Too Good, Jane, like, the big YouTubers. And I was like, it was just weird because, before I was even really like into Lego, I was like watching these YouTube videos because like Ross was watching it. And now it's just like neat interacting with them. It's like, wow, like I followed you back when like, you were just like this really cool YouTuber person. Now it's like, oh, we're like kind of buddies. Like, that's so cool.
You're a human being.
Wow, you're like just a normal person like me. Like, that's cool.
But then, you're going to get to that point as well. And someone will be like, oh, wow, Emily's like a normal person and my buddy. It's like, which is exciting. So we got you early here on Cali Brick Clique. Remember us when you hit 100K.
You got it.
No, that's really exciting. Yeah. And I agree. It's like, it's impossible, just to go full circle, it's impossible to kind of make goals and stuff, but then you have to like constantly be creative and like thinking of new ideas. And like, do you think that like Lego is like hard to do that with, or that it's like a kind of a system within itself to like continue to create more content? You know what I mean? Is it like a meta system within the YouTube space?
Yeah, we've definitely thought about that a lot with our channel because, like, of course, with YouTube, like, you do want to be different. If everyone's just doing the same thing, that's really boring. Like, you need to stand out, be different, like, make something different that people want to come to you for. Like, I actually got, I do, like, regular, semi-regular Q&As, and one of the questions was, like, why should we watch you versus, like, a bigger YouTuber? And at first I was like, well, excuse me, like,
get out. Yeah.
But then I was like, well,
just don't know.
Why should they watch me? Like, and so it really did help, like, think about that, because that's something I do try to think about a lot. What makes me different? And so, with Lego, obviously there's like reviews, there's stop motion, and it's hard because a lot of what the low-hanging fruit's kind of been taken. There's like streaming, and like we do try to be kind of different with streaming, make it kind of bring Twitch kind of to YouTube, but obviously Twitch is just like completely different. Just make reviews a little bit more fun. When I do Star Wars reviews, I'm not the go-to Star Wars person. Like Ross knows a lot more about Star Wars. There's other people on YouTube that know way more about Star Wars, but I try to make it kind of fun, like just like make jokes about it. Just as somebody who doesn't really know Star Wars, I'm reviewing a Star Wars.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think that's you yourself. Sorry, Ninja.
No, I was just gonna say the same thing. Like it kind of adds to it.
Yeah, just trying to be a little different in that sense, and plus that's how I would review it anyways. Like, it's not me trying to be someone else. It's not me pretending like Ross didn't just tell me all this information. Like, it's like, okay, so this is the show he's from according to my husband. Like, apparently this is from Rebels. I haven't seen it, but that's cool.
I think it's funny when you're like, Ross said this is really fragile and expensive. I can't touch it.
I'm gonna set it down now.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. That's great. No, it's like, but it's almost like, there's like different kinds of YouTube channels out there, and you're almost at that place where it's like, the Lego's like irrelevant. It's like people are there for you, you know what I mean, and like who you are, and like your interactions with Ross, and like seeing that. It's more like, it's almost like the Lego is like the spine, but like it's a lifestyle channel, at this. I don't know, maybe I'm insulting you by saying this, but I think that like people are there for you guys,
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
we've even like, because we've heard other people classify us as like Lego lifestyle kind of stuff, and that's very true, and we even see that from our views recently. And like I do want to be able to put out reviews and have people, be here for the Lego as well.
Yeah.
I do know most of them are here like for us, for our personality, for like Ross's weird jokes and all that stuff. But it's kind of a weird place to be, when people are here for you. And I guess that's a good thing. Like I do see that as a really good thing. Like they like us, and that's really cool. We're just weird. We like Lego, we're just having a good time, honestly. Like the channel's fun to do.
Right.
But, our most fun videos and like some of our most successful ones are the vlogs, and especially when Ross is there too, because I mean, it's hard to vlog on your own, first of all, because you're just like out in public, you're like, I'm talking to a camera, like this feels weird, but yeah,
come to LA, you'll see it everywhere. Everybody does it here.
Oh, really? Okay.
Walk in LA, West LA, Hollywood, everyone's filming themselves doing something.
Cool. Makes me feel better. Yeah, I was at like Costco today vlogging, and I'm like, they probably think I'm like up to something. I have my camera out. Like, this is weird, but
so people here are not like in LA in terms of like their frequency of vlogging and stuff. But I started thinking about the fact that like I don't really notice. Maybe it's me, but I don't really notice other people. You know what I mean? Like, and I know that people don't really notice me. And when you really think about it, people are mostly focused on themselves. Yeah, especially like when you're out of school. What?
That's why people vlog.
Yeah, exactly. People are mostly focused on, like just their own lives, especially when you're out of high school and stuff like that, like especially at Target or, I don't know. I'm thinking of where I'm usually vlogging is like stores and restaurants and things like that.
I mean, at the most you get a split second of like, and then they stop caring after that.
Yeah. And also
they don't think about you ever again.
You're probably not going to notice them noticing you. If you're doing a good job vlogging, you're not looking at them.
Yeah, you don't care at that point.
Yeah. And yeah, it is what it is. But I don't know. I do like just disclaimer, do not vlog and drive. Be careful, kids out there.
Yeah, I see that sometimes. I'm like, oh gosh, don't do that. Yeah, we got one of those like camera holder things.
That's
and
good.
I just felt so fancy. Like I would just turn it on and record, and I'm just driving, just chatting. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
I was definitely at Costco yesterday, and I was like, because I'm with you. The last couple of vlogs that I did were the most fun videos I've ever done. Like not only like filming, but editing. And then I've rewatched them like myself multiple times, just like remembering the day and like the fun time that I had. And it's also like the ones that I've sent like my friends who aren't into Lego, like they'll enjoy it as well. So I love it. But anyway, I was at Costco yesterday and they have like this like GoPro set, and I was like, convincing myself not to buy it. I was like, I don't need this.
Just walk around with a GoPro on your head at that point.
I'm gonna have it to my chest.
Body gimbal.
No, I'm gonna have
it the whole time.
The shame cam.
I've seen that.
Things. Yeah, I've seen athletes do that. Like,
I just see people walking around with it. That's how you know they're vlogging.
I've seen people like put their dog on it or put it on their dog or something like that.
That's fine. That's more acceptable.
We'll have like an Oliver cam at all times.
Good. That's the right choice.
Yeah, that'd be pretty interesting, actually.
I think that's the next. That's my next layer of live streaming content is a cat cam.
We can watch Oliver when he chews on the pieces.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
Demon cam. Well, Emily, I'm super impressed with how quickly you guys have grown. It's been awesome. You guys have been you specifically have been clearly like working your booty off. And like, I think you upload more daily content than you don't. I don't know if people realize like how much you're pumping out, which is awesome. And it's a lot of hard
pressure.
Work. Huh?
Do you feel pressured about that?
Yeah.
About posting consistently and having to do all that stuff? Like for me, like I work so much. I have my motorcycle club to run. I have my family, my kids to take care of, and this. And like I try to post 3 times a week. So like I don't sleep.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, but it comes out in like my video quality because I can't put 100. I literally can't put 100% anything at this point, which kind of blows. So like, it's hard for me to be able to do that, and I like to know that like if I like to see when people really put effort into it. So do you feel like you're pressured to not only put consistent content but like to make better content, to up your last content? Like how much of that eats you?
Oh God. Yeah, like recently when we hit 10K, we were going back through and just like looking at our initial videos, and I would like click, it's like, oh cool, like I remember making that. That was such a good video. And I click on it, it's like, oh God, no. Unless like I didn't like, no,
you're gonna watch yourself.
I got like 2 seconds in. I like watched the ad, I was like, good. Revenue. And then like 2 seconds into we turned it off. And we went to the next one. I was like, oh, well, this one was really good. I remember that being like a really good argument. And I'm like, oh gosh, like there's so many cuts. Like I was, it was like a topic that Ross knew more about. And so Ross was like helping me through it. And I was just talking, I was like, oh God, like this is hard. And just, oh God, like seeing how far we've come has been really cool. Mm-hmm. And, even back then I was thinking like, how can I make better content? Like, how can I do that? Like, this is really good. Like, this is awesome content. And now I look back and I'm just like, like, I can't believe this is like still up on my channel. I can't believe people are watching this. And I do get comments on some of them sometimes. It's just, please don't watch this. Like, and so
have you thought about taking them down, or are you like at that point? Like, it's hard to those reviews,
Right. Yeah. And it's definitely like where we kind of came from. Mm-hmm. And like Ross's stuff will always stay up. Like, I just like having that. I think it's funny when it's just like recommended to someone and they're just like, why was this recommended to me in the comments or something? It's like, I don't know.
It's humbling though to keep it up though.
Yeah.
Because you remember where you came from. And although you're going to be your harshest critic in the end of the day.
Yeah. No, that's very true. Yeah. I mean, really, like, I see the channel as a few different phases. We have like the Ross phase with the stop motion. We have the like AFOL wife phase at the condo. And that's where we used to live with like the blue pack. It just looked so bad. Like the background was just so cluttered. And then we moved to this house, and that's kind of like the present phase. We finally have a decent camera. We have a mic, like we have, shelving. It doesn't look just super cluttered. The kitchen isn't in the background at all times. Like we actually have space for it. And so, seeing where we came from is really, really good, because it always shows you that you can make better content going forward. Because, back then I really thought that was it. It's like, wow, this is like really good. How can I get better? And now I'm like, okay, cool. Like I feel like I'm in a groove. But then even looking back a month, I'm like, oh, that thumbnail, I would not do that right now. Like I don't like that thumbnail. That's not a good thumbnail. That title was not clicky. I don't like that. And so, even as time goes on, like we go through different things with thumbnails. Even we like try new things with thumbnails, because it's really a lot of it's the marketing. Like it really is like the video can be amazing. And it's not that you're getting views because the video is bad. It's no one's clicking on your title, no one's clicking on your thumbnail. And so that's kind of been our biggest realization is, we don't have that design, we don't have that marketing skill. How do we do this? Like, how do we market a video to somebody? And so that's really kind of our next step in learning at this point, is just how do we get someone to click, and we do get a good number of views. Like I'm thrilled with where we're at. We're at 10,000 subscribers. That's awesome. Like we've definitely grown through time, and even our worst videos now are better than whatever we were getting 2 months ago. So that's really cool. But it's there's always a learning curve, and so going forward, it's just figuring out how to be better at what you're already doing. Like whether it be lighting, like I do want to get better lighting. Right now I use ring lights, and oftentimes on boxes you'll see like a little ring light.
Oh yeah.
This drives me crazy. Like I'll be holding up a set and you just see a giant light on it, and just little things here and there that can help us kind of up our game, make it better, just be more engaging, like make better vlogs. Like we just got a new phone, and that's cool. Like just trying to upgrade not only equipment but just us as people and how we communicate and all that kind of stuff. There's so much that goes into it that I just had no idea about. Like, I used to, because Ross was a big YouTube person. Like, he was into it. He was like, watching other channels. I didn't really. I was never really into YouTube.
Right.
Or Lego.
Yeah. Like,
so you're learning totally both at the same time. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, they're both super new. And so, when I joined, before I joined, I would just watch videos and be like, oh, that's cool. Like, that video was neat. And I didn't realize how much work goes into it. And now it's like, okay. Like, I see that editing style. Like, some people I watch, I'm just, oh gosh, like, you spent so many hours editing that, or, maybe not, because they're probably really good at it. But it's just definitely changed our perspective. At least my perspective. What was that?
What's your average now in editing a video? How long does it take you?
Well, it definitely depends. The city updates take the longest, just because usually how we film it is either time lapse, where obviously we're just filming, and then like I do a voiceover afterwards, and so it's kind of hard, kind of either telling the story or talking about what we did, and then bringing the footage that kind of matches with it. Yeah, so I used to do it more vlog style, but now making what I'm saying make sense with the video, and sometimes the video is too long, so I have to speed it up or shorten it or whatever. Those definitely take the longest, and so those are probably like 8 hours, but that's like from me importing it to like uploading, and so that takes forever. And I want to get better at that. I don't know how, but that just goes into it. Like 8 hours does not make sense for those videos. Yeah, practice, just make more. Whereas like some of the ones where I just like I made a video about like FOMO, and like you feel like you're missing out if you don't buy the set while it's on the shelves, and the aftermarket's crazy, and I'll just sit there and talk and be like, yeah, FOMO sucks. Like, buy a Lego while it's out if you can, and that's pretty much the video. Editing, that's just really quick, because you're just like, okay, like, if I take a pause, just edit real quick, and that's probably like an hour max.
And that's one of your most successful videos, isn't it?
You know what I've noticed? Like, this has been kind of the case for me throughout everything, like my whole life. It's just like the more effort I put into something, the worse I do, or the worse that thing turns out. And it's terrible, because it's like we spent probably 16 hours on that, like the Disney May 4th special, and like the video didn't do that great. Like, it goes into just clickability marketing, so that makes sense. But like, we spent so many hours on that.
But the key here, though, did you enjoy making that video?
Yeah, it was fun. It's not my favorite, but it was fun.
Do you think like that could maybe grow later? What if you have you thought about like going back and like tweaking a couple things, like the title or the thumbnail or something like that? Not necessarily going back and changing the video, but just like subtle things. I know a lot of people do that, and that's been suggested to me, and I'm thinking about doing the same thing. It's just kind of just not necessarily removing content or changing content, but just like subtly, altering it a little. I mean, it's not, it can't get any worse, if you really think about it. Yeah. So, and then I think there's some videos, like a news video, that's not gonna be an evergreen video, right? That people aren't gonna go back to like whatever. Yeah, exactly. But something like that video, maybe, it's like, it's a story. It's like, it's something that's freestanding. I don't know. I'm literally just, throwing.
No, that's a really good, because people do go back through. Like, people will find my channel, and I'll notice, 4 or 5 comments from them on the same day from like, through time. I see it happening.
On old videos.
Like a new subscriber, will go through and like watch your old content and comment on it and stuff. And like sometimes you get like new subscribers just from them kind of going through. They go through 3-4 videos. They're like, oh yeah, this is legitimate. I like this, and then they click subscribe. Like I know that's my behavior.
That's what I do. Yeah. I definitely noticed that. Yeah.
Well. Yeah. We gotta keep changing. Gotta be a chameleon, right? To survive on the YouTube space. But you guys are doing great, and it's whatever you're doing, it's working, and it's awesome. And we've talked a little bit about like sacrifices and stuff, and I know that you're making decisions now based on timelines, and when that it's going to be boosts for your channel and things like that, and I'm not stoked about it, because
I know
because
I'm so bummed. Like, we realized that, and he was like, oh gosh, I have to tell Claire.
I'm so sad. Yeah. Well, okay, if you guys don't know, Brick Fair, Virginia is like the same time as like a big release day. And now, Emily and Ross are faced with like the decision of like figuring out, how to maneuver that, which is like, it's real. This is like, it's like a work decision. It's a business decision, but it's also super fun to go on release day at your like home Lego store and stuff. It's not like you're missing out on, it's like, it's two good things, it's not like a bad thing. And so
yeah,
it's still,
I guess like it's so hard. Cause normally, if we were just, casually doing this, it's like, oh, whatever, like we'll, get the sets when we get home, but like, on January 1st, like we literally just doubled in size. Like,
yeah,
we worked 4 months to grow our channel and gain 1,000 views. We were basically monetized by Christmas. Like we hit 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours pretty much within the same week. And then over the next 3 days, we like hit monetization. Basically again another 1,000 subs, and so that was just insane to happen. But it's just hard now because we do have to make those decisions. Like, for August 1st, like going to Brick Fair, Virginia, like that'd be really cool. I want to meet everybody, like meet my friends, my online friends, but like IRL, like that'd be great. But at the same time, it's like, are we missing out on a huge opportunity for the channel? And that even goes for like New Year's Eve too, on, I don't know. It's hard because again, like January 1st, like there's a ton of new sets that are always released. We have to go to the Lego store. We like, that's kind of our thing. Like the vlogs are a big part of what we do.
Yeah.
And so missing out on that would just be really unfortunate. It's of course we want to go party on New Year's Eve and like have fun, but we don't want to, feel bad in the morning.
Partying? Who does that now?
Right? Who does that?
Who are you?
Hopefully by then we can actually do something, right? But
parties are like, oh, I gotta go to a party right now, really?
That's true. The idea of partying.
That's me. I'm like, oh god,
more exhausting than anything.
Yeah.
Go out? Why?
We're already in.
Maybe just to dinner. That would be nice.
Oh god, we're getting old. Can't do that.
Well, I think it would be, I don't know, I'm trying to be creative and be like, well, maybe you can like do it on the go or like be mobile or make it extra special because it's like, there, but it's hard. It's really hard. Regardless though, we'll come out to Austin at some point and yeah, exactly.
Coming out.
Yeah, we'll come on to Austin on a release day. And then
the biggest crossover yet. It'll be great.
And then it's like a vlog of getting the stuff back to California. The struggle is real.
Just go to Chicago next year.
Oh my gosh. That's a big one.
Yeah, we definitely do want to go to some. But man, yeah, I mean, we haven't decided for sure yet, but right now it kind of looks like we're not going to. And we're also very sad. Like,
it's okay.
We obviously want to come hang out.
Are there any shows that are like for sure going down?
Yeah, Virginia. Philly Brick Fest.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Those look like they're almost like going to happen. So for us, we got Brikx LA. Then next year, I don't know, is Bricks by the Bay happening?
I don't know. I should look into it. I need to. I think I'm gonna like spend like a few hours and like calendar them all out. It's just like one of those things.
Well, for sure, we're going to Chicago next year. I don't care what I'm doing for work. We're going to Chicago next year. Obviously,
yeah. Just like when you get a new job or whatever, you just tell them like, just hey, heads up, I've had this like pre-book.
Or even a job that I have now, I'm just gonna call out. I don't care.
Yeah,
tell them it's for religious purposes.
Exactly, and it is. Yeah, it's for your mental health.
Basically.
For my mental health. So
these are not lies.
They're not. They are not lies. Because it is. This does help with my mental health. I made a whole video on that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, so next year it's gonna be dope. I mean, all of everything's gonna be opened up again, and I mean, it kind of feels like that way right now. And then the whole seeing each other will be a more common thing. You guys will see.
I can't wait.
That'll be so fun.
Yeah, because like Emily and I are new to the like.
Yes, conventions. You haven't done that. Well, Ninja, man, you missed out on me last year, bro. I was by myself, walking around like a loser.
Well, last year, work got involved.
3 days, bro.
3 days, yeah. Well, didn't you went for 3 days?
Yeah, I was there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Oh, I thought you only went the 1 day.
Oh, dude.
I thought I messed up.
You make that
like,
VIP.
I gave it all up.
Well, the first day I went with the family, then after that I went by myself.
Oh, dang, see. Shame on me.
Shame on
I
you,
thought it
bro.
was
And
just
then we
one
didn't have
day.
one this year. Look at that.
Do better.
Do better. But yeah, so for sure, is it still called what is it? Brick Fiesta?
Brick
Did
Fiesta,
they change the name?
yeah.
I don't think
Rodeo
whatever.
in Texas?
They changed it to Rodeo.
Yeah,
So it's a new owner.
pretty much. Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Something
snap.
weird like that. I don't really know.
Okay. So it could change a lot of things. Hopefully it does well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure. We want to go to that one at least if we don't do Brick Fair Virginia, because it is, it's right down the road. It's like 3 hours, so it's not crazy. We'll still run into people we know, which is cool, but yeah, it's not the same. I feel like Virginia will just be a bigger conference because we've already seen Brick Rodeo, not Fiesta, Brick Rodeo back in 2019. So it'd be kind of cool trying out something different, but hopefully in the future, we'll see.
Trying to make everybody go to Chicago. It's in the middle.
In Chicago.
Everybody can go there. It's in the middle of everybody.
That's
Virginia's
not a
on the
hard
East
sell.
Coast.
That's not a hard sell. It's also a great city to go to, so it's not a big deal.
Exactly.
But,
my family's just gonna go visit friends. So
yeah, exactly.
Plus, there's a Brick Mania store there too.
There you go. We all gotta get our military stuff and spend $1,000 casually. But casually. On that note, Emily, thank you for joining us. I hope you had a good time.
This is so much fun.
I love that 3 weeks ago on this channel, on my channel, we had Ross and now we have you, so it's really fun. And then on next week, head over to Shy's channel. We've got another special guest for you guys. And then that's it. We'll see ya.
Peace.
Be easy.
Roll that music.